Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Cappy, this is for you. Remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your key to the week this week, you have the Temperance card. Okay, so this week the healing really does begin to set in. All right, this is where you really take a moment, you take a breath, but in all of these different areas of life you are looking for the balance point. You're looking for the moment at which you can kind of, and I will say, right, if anyone understands delayed gratification, it's Capricorn. But this week it's kind of like you're trying to see healing or even some form of balancing as a point of, like, you're trying to see something as an event rather than accepting that it's actually a process. And so that's what you're being sort of really urged to look at this week, is to kind of take a moment and say, okay, yeah, you know what, this is going to be an unfolding. It's not a destination, right? I mean, this is going to be a process that unfolds over time. For your actions and options this week, so you've got the Two of Pentacles. This message, a similar message to what I'm about to say, came up for another sign, and I can't remember who it was now. I think it was Libra. And I said to them, whatever they are sort of, they're on a 2-year countdown, right? Whereas for you, I don't feel that this is a countdown. I feel like this is something that you are initiating or setting sort of forth into motion. And by doing that, sorry, I've got something in my eye. Whatever you're setting into motion over the course of this week, it is going to be something that you are in for the long haul. You will probably be tied to or attached to this for the next 2 years. So you need to ask yourself if you're really about it, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? But if you're really about it, just know that this is going to be a long process. So you need to ask yourself if this next 2 years is something that you're willing to sacrifice. When it comes to the options that are available to you with the Two of Pentacles, this is a balance card, right? The Temperance card is a balance card, but this is really about balancing out your finances. Balancing out your finances, your money, your resources, paying attention to what needs to be done on that financial level. You've got the Three of Swords in your your communications and conversations. So for some of you, this could be a job or some form of study that comes to a close now. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, maybe this suggests that you've gone as far academically as you are financially willing to go, right? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be where you decide that a job's compensation is not good enough, right? It's like whatever you put in, you're just not getting out. I don't necessarily think that this is you leaving the job, but I do feel like it will be where a lot of you really do kind of check out, and you will then start to this week say, right, okay, I'm going to actively start looking for a new job, for new work, for something that has bigger and greater prospects. Because you've got this with the Temperance card as well, I do wonder if this comes about because of stuff that you're drawn into because of somebody else. It's like, this isn't necessarily my shit to deal with, but I'm still having to deal with it anyway. Not acceptable. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, this could be that you're cutting a client loose, especially with that Temperance card. It may be that a client has, and it happens. This is one of the reasons as well, like in my energy work sessions, I always say to people, aside from the fact that you're going to put undue stress on your intuitive's energy system, another reason is because some of the stuff that comes up is so deeply personal. If you've got someone else on the line or somebody else in the room, yes, it's exciting because you're having an energy work session and you want to share it with people. But if you've got somebody there and then it comes up, some question or some observation, etc., that comes up that you don't want to share with that person on the call or on the other line or that's in the room, you're going to lie. You're going to lie to your intuitive, and that just wrecks the whole. Do you know what I mean? Like, what was the point? So this is one of those moments where, like, I kind of get the feeling that a lot of you, it's like a client, a fellow business or something, you're kind of looking at this and saying, you know what, I don't want to be attached to this anymore, whatever the uncomfortable feeling is. And then finally, when it comes to your, oh, come on, brain. No, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, I actually think this is you phasing out the budget. It kind of looks like a lot of you have reached that place where you're like, you know what, financially, monetarily, you know, I'm good at this moment, so I'm going to start sort of, doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to go wild, you're still a Capricorn, but it looks like you're easing off, like where you've been really restricted with yourself in some regard. I think you're going to be the opposite from now on. When it comes to your money, your love and relations, you've got the Four of Cups. A partner may very well surprise you this week. It may be financially, but it could just as easily be emotionally. They might really come through for you in a way or at a time where you're really dealing with something very hard. And how they come through for you might be very surprising. It might be in a way that's a lot more emotional than you're used to seeing them be. It may also be in a way that's like a lot more supportive. So that's really nice. For those of you that are single, I will say this could be, you know, as you're letting one thing go with the work, with the career, with the profession, with the studies, another thing might be coming in the form of a relationship. For your love and relations, your money and materials, sorry guys, I'm all over the place at the minute. You've got the Page of Swords, right? So a lot of conversations around money. Yeah, around money, around finances, around paperwork, documentation, around all of those things. There's a lot of this going on right now. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Page of Swords, this is a correspondence from a medical professional. So this will be a document, it will be a letter, it will be the test results that you're waiting for. Because you've got the Three of Swords here, I would not be surprised if it is, again, I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, this is not a diagnosis or anything close to, but if you are waiting on test results, etc., when they come in, I wouldn't be surprised if they tell you that you need to have an operation, a surgery of some sort. Very, very possible. When it comes to your home and environment, that Page of Swords, again, your home is going to be like a post office this week. It's just like constant waiting for emails, documents, phone calls. There's a lot of information passing back and forth. And there's you having to sift through all of it, and including that, you're going to have to take in sort of the data as well. It looks like a lot of processes are going to start this week, and it'll be interesting to see how it sort of shapes up. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.